while making one of the power supply boards for my new 10-channel amplifier, I had a bit of an electro boom moment. The capacitor that I was soldering in had some charge on it, and I managed to use my soldering iron to short it out and blew off part of the trace. As a result, I had to take all the parts off again. And the way I've done that in the past is I've heated up the joint with the soldering iron, and before it has a chance to solidify, smack it against something to knock all the solder out. And I got to thinking, maybe I should rig something up to make it so I can do that and the solder won't go flying everywhere. So I've got a scrap of plywood here, happens to be about 5 inches wide, a bit longer than I need, but I can cut the ends off and use those to make the ends of a box. And then I can take another scrap of plywood, cut one of the long sides for the box, and get that fastened in place as well. Now this part is kind of optional, but I think it's good. I've got an old piece of plexiglass that I'm going to cut for the other side. And I'm going to use screws to hold that in place. For this to work, it needs a spring, and I need to make a place to fasten it. So I've cut another scrap of plywood to beef up that edge. And for the spring itself, I'm going to use another piece of that clear plastic. A couple of screws with washers will hold the end on. And then I need to make a clamp for the other end to hold on to the circuit board. And since this is really just a prototype, I'm going to use another scrap of plywood and a couple of 1/4-inch bolts and wing nuts to hold those in place. But I also want to add a very thin strip so that when it clamps the board, it'll be applying force on the face of the board evenly rather than right at the edge. And tightening this down a bit too much, I already got a crack in this plastic, so I'll probably change this plexiglass for something that's a little bit more durable. I found a less brittle piece of plastic to use for the spring. I also added big washers to the clamp on the front. And I can see this working two ways. And the first is that you clamp the board in right side up, and then you bend it out to heat up the solder joint, and then you let it go and it knocks the solder off. The other way is to put the board in upside down, and using it in that position, the components themselves are likely to come off when you release the spring. Now, even though I got a small board in here, this will work with bigger ones. And of course, when you're doing this kind of thing, you're just trying to save a little bit of money and hopefully recover the parts. But if they somehow get damaged, the whole thing was really written off anyway. I seriously doubt that would happen. In fact, I believe you're more likely to get the parts out intact and still in good shape by doing this. They're less likely to overheat. And of course, this might work even better with double-sided boards with through-plated holes. That way you can put the component side up, melt the solder in the joint, and then smack it off.